it because we know that the gates literally weakens you, but he never tags Lee when he's fully healthy or anything of that nature, right? So you cannot assert that since the data book states that Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent, right? Yeah, that could be Gaara's strongest opponent, right? That's fine, but that doesn't have to mean that he's above Lee, right? Because there could be unknown factors that fucking
By the
Sasuke
way,
has.
is there, not to interrupt, is there a recording about Sakizuki Infinity?
I wasn't finished.
Well, let me see.
There's
not a recording about. Well,
yes,
there is.
Yes,
okay,
it's in
perfect. Go on.
Yeah, so I already gave my response, so now you can respond.
Okay, so that's perfect. So you've already clarified and admitted that he's in fact the strongest opponent. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you over talking me?
No, I was talking to Sasuke.
No, but you're talking right now, so that's confusing because it's about to be my turn. Yet somehow you're still speaking. Did you just cut me off in ape? Sakazuki, I would like moderation because for some reason he's just aping over me. He's just being an absolute gorilla. This is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. D1, please stop speaking. Yo, moderation, please. Sakazuki.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Go ahead, Infinity.
Thank you very much. I'm just being harassed by this ape.
Okay. Let me clarify something. You said you were done, Archie. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically, you've already admitted within this previous statement that Infinity has heard, I'm sure, that it states he's the strongest. Your whole refutation consists of the fact that this is simply the fact just based off of matchup. Right? You can get any inference you would like, right? You can get any implication you would like, but unless you can tell me that it's directly stated, the context of the data book, that he's the strongest merely based off the fact that he was just better in technicality than Gaara rather than Lee was, then that really doesn't matter. Because at that point, you would be using inherent headcanon. It wouldn't matter to me, right? It's not stated. And even if we were to entertain that idea, that it was merely based off of Sasuke's individual skills, such as Kirin and whatnot, directly countering into Saiyan, in contrast to Lee, that still would not matter. Given the fact that there were multiple outcomes of what could have happened, and also given the fact that he was at the direct speed and the direct copy motion that Lee was also at. And if you need a supporting scan for that, then I got you. Do you need a scan?
Okay, just send the scan and then let him respond.
Send the scan? I got you. So do you guys understand what fight exactly it was? Oh, excuse me. Yo, Ape, please stop speaking. Yo, bro, Sakazuki.
Hold on. Archie, send your scan, ask him a chat. Or just actually say the scan out loud. Ask if anybody has it, then let him respond to your argument.
Yeah, that's another claim.
In case he be weird. No. I got that.
D1.
D1, you're aping right now.
Wait.
Could you please be muted?
Wait, D1. I'm not. Hold on. Let me clarify something. I'm only moderating.
This guy's
I'm not about to determine shotguns. I'm not doing that shit.
Okay, that's but you're the judge, though. Okay, yeah. So
I'm the judge. I'm saying y'all can argue.
I'm shotgunning.
Y'all can. Oh my god, bro. D1, can I speak, bro?
Yo, I'm shotgunning clearly, bro. I'm clearly shotgunning, bro.
D1, can I speak?
No, he's right, bro. I'm clearly shotgunning in 2023, bro. It's obvious, bro.
Above him. Are you gonna mute him, bro? Are you gonna mute him, Infinity?
I'm trying to speak. I'm not, bro. Hold on, damn. I'm trying to clarify. Me as the moderator, I'm moderating during interjections, not shotguns. Give your point.
Okay, that's fine. Now please mute him. He's interjecting me when I'm
Go ahead. He's muted. Go ahead.
I'm not done. Wait, what are you talking about?
No.
Wait, Archie, send your scan while you, bro. I'm going
to attack that later.
I can't hear you because D1's aping over you so rudely. Okay. What did you say?
Okay, Archie, yeah, you made multiple points. Just get your scan and while he's responding to your argument.
Sure. But what argument? Because I'm not finished with it.
Was that if it's not stated, it would be headcanon. No, it doesn't necessarily need to be stated in order for it to be fucking true. Dumbass nigga, it wouldn't be headcanon because we have direct evidence that literally showcase why he has disadvantage over fucking Gaara, which you literally just stated above. You haven't seen Naruto. You just fucking mistaken the fucking Kirin for fucking Chidori. Chidori is what he used, not fucking Kirin. You fucking idiot, right? And Chidori can literally pierce through the sand, which is literally a fucking lightning.
Grown man is pretty adamant about his Naruto series. My fault for mistake.
Dumbass. That's the reason why he has the advantage to fucking harm Gaara. Bro, Infinity, what the fuck?
He's literally muted. What do you mean, what the fuck?
He just was talking. What are you talking about?
He's literally muted right now, bro. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
He was just muted. Speaking, bitch.
You think he is muted? What is wrong with you? What the fuck? You're lacking. What the fuck?
Fuck, retarded. Swear to God.
Bro,
who wins? Apollo's Wi-Fi or D1's Wi-Fi?
Wait, Archie, chill. Bro, D1, you're lagging.
Exactly. He keeps unmuting himself.
Well, it ain't my server, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's Sakazuki. Don't never do shit. And he swear his server is so neutral. It's not. He a
I
fuck.
took his
My server's
perms.
not
Like,
biased.
chill out,
My server's
I
buddy.
not
chill.
biased.
Chill
D1
out,
My
go.
buddy.
server's
D1
not
go.
biased.
D1 go. D1 go. D1 go.
And the same shit happens every time I debate here.
Bro, go.
He's
Please.
stripped. Like, go, bro.
Anyways, like I stated before, no, it would not be headcanon. It does not necessarily need to be stated in order for it to be true. That would be committing an argument from ignorance. You are saying since it's not stated, what you said otherwise would be headcanon. Okay, no, it wouldn't, right? We know that Sasuke has Chidori, which is the lightning release, which is the buff earth release, right? So he has a one advantage over fucking of Gaara that Lee didn't have because Sasuke can actually use ninjutsu, something that Lee doesn't have, right? So just because Sasuke has the tactical fucking advantages over Gaara that Lee doesn't have does not make the sense that fucking Sasuke will now beat Lee, right? Because Lee could just be blatantly faster than fucking Sasuke and just beat the shit out of him. As we literally saw before, when Sasuke pull out the fucking Sharingan, Lee literally still blisters the fuck out of that fucking Sasuke. So it doesn't even fucking matter, right? So just because it states in the data book that fucking Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent, it doesn't state he's the strongest within the Chuninzam. It states he's Gaara's strongest opponent. Okay, so that can just be conclusive to fucking Gaara. It doesn't have to be conclusive to everybody fucking else, right? Because of the fucking things that Sasuke has as a fighter, right? Just because he has these things as a fighter does not mean that these things as a fighter that he used against Gaara that it will work against fucking Lee. Because Lee can just fucking move around, which we know that Gaara just stands in one fucking place and doesn't move around and just let the fucking sand do. So if you just beat his sand, then you fucking just beat the fuck out of fucking Gaara, right? But Lee has multiple counters that he can fucking counter Sasuke with, and speed is one thing. So none of your fucking arguments make fucking sense. Now you go ahead and send the fucking scan where Stacey making the same
Go
fucking
ahead,
movement.
Archie.
Fuck.
So before this intellectual fucking baboon decided to speak, I think it's quite clear that we can understand. See, if you have a character who is generally stronger, it directly states he's stronger, not based on any direct evidence, not based on any specific context, but it just rawly states this person is the strongest. Hear me out for a second. I think just maybe it would be pretty logical to assume that if you add your own context, it's kind of called a headcanon. But since you don't understand that process fully, I'm gonna just send the scan right here. My supporting scan was that he was at the same direct speed, basically direct strength, right? We see this comparison between their speed and their techniques and the way they move, as we can see in VC scans, specifically copying him. And we can infer that it wasn't just the speed, right? Because you mentioned that he for some reason Sasuke didn't have his taijutsu. I'm not exactly sure if you haven't read this manga fully, but we can see right here, he directly states Lee himself says his stance matches my taijutsu image. So I'm not exactly sure where you're inferring this from or what the fuck he read, but that's just false. And as far as your rebuttal about specific techniques and him just being able to outmatch his sand, yeah, he was able to outmatch his sand because he was just stronger. If you're going to say that it was only because of, a specific technique and attribute that he had, that's fine. You can take that. My argument is that he's stronger, right? You can give all types of inference and supporting statements. It doesn't matter unless, hear me out, you directly get a statement or prove that there's any other context. So now that you have that and that we've directly laid out how to set your argument, go.
All right, he's done.
Pretty crazy how burdens work. I know.
Yeah, can he be muted too when I'm talking?
Yeah, as soon as he stops. Yeah, as soon as he starts interrupting you.
All right. So I know the claim, right? You just repeated yourself. You said if I add my own context, it would be headcanon. No, I am not adding my context because the data book go ahead and fully elaborates on what happened. He literally says that Gaara found himself at a disadvantage with his strongest opponent, Sasuke. It doesn't state that Sasuke is stronger than Lee. It will be headcanon for you to say that the fucking scan states that fucking Sasuke is stronger than Lee. It doesn't say that. It says that Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent. And when I say when you're somebody's strongest opponent, right, that can have multiple possibilities to why a person is your strongest opponent. And I already laid out a few factors. I laid out the fact that fucking Sasuke has the Chidori that can literally pierce through his Earth style, which is superior. Okay, his lightning style is superior to his Earth style, right? So no, it would not be headcanon. He has multiple advantages. And then you made the claim that it states that fucking Sasuke move at the same speed as Lee. No, it never states that, right? Because it still states that Lee is still faster than the fucking Sasuke, even when he copies his taijutsu. So I don't know why you keep bringing up these fucking bullshit ass headcanon, right? So the headcanon argument already been debunked. You just keep stating that it will be headcanon. What is the evidence to prove that it will be headcanon for me adding my own context that is literally supported with evidence and things that are shown throughout the fucking series, right? You haven't actually demonstrated why he would be stronger than Lee or why he would be faster than Lee. Because Lee also got around the fucking sand, right? Not only Sasuke got around the sand, he got around the sand using who? Who taijutsu? Using Lee taijutsu. Because who else got around Sargara's sand? Lee. Okay? So now we have two people who was able to get around Sargara's sand. But the only reason why Sasuke was literally able to harm Gara more because his Chidori pierced through him and made him fucking bleed. Okay? You go ahead.
Is that your point? So, wow, that was top level yappery right there. So hear me out. Just let me clarify this. You're saying that because Sasuke used Lee's taijutsu and pierced Gara better than Lee did, that it doesn't count. That makes a lot of fucking sense. So now that we've clarified that, I'm just gonna break this down for you. So if someone has a technique, for example, right? You're specialed in, I don't know, fucking boxing, right? You and Tyson Fury have the exact same style. But the only difference is Tyson Fury, A, isn't 5'7", and B, is a better boxer, more experted in boxing, and not only that, but is just overall better and stronger. You guys can use the same technique, but if one demonstrates a superiority with that technique, then that means they're just better with the technique. That has nothing to do about cheating, about strength, or whatever type of factor. It's nonsensical for you to admit that or ever say that. That's retarded. You're just saying that Sasuke used his technique, so he's weaker, but he did more damage with the technique. That's the whole thing. I don't understand what you're not getting about that. It's so foolish to me. But even then, even if we were to accept the fact that he used his technique, you made the claim that with that, even with his speed, it's just impossible for him to even counter Gara's sand. And I'll say that's fucking retarded. Reason why is because quite literally, he goes behind him with the exact same taijutsu that he uses and punches him. So verbatim. So I'm very, very extremely confused how you're having confusion with this. But hold on. Let's say that he didn't punch him. Let's say that this is just some type of hex, right? This didn't really happen. Well, guess what? We see right here in the exact same panel, the next panel right there. Not only does he pierce him again, but kicks him off the floor. Crazy, right? It's crazy, Naruto, right? I know. So not only that, but hold on. Hold your horses. Not only does he fucking hit him, but guess what? He also states right here that not only does his speed start increasing, but that he's just of the level has Lee without his weights. Crazy, right? I know. Right? It's insane. He's at the same level as Lee without his weights. It's insane. It's almost as if that goes directly against what you directly said. Professional Naruto debater right here. But hold on. That's not even the trick. You're going to be really surprised about this, D1, since clearly you have not ever read Naruto. This is going to really shock your joints. Yo, right here, not only does he state that he's interacting with him and getting to his speed and basically at the same speed, but guess who also states it? Lee himself. It's almost like they all realize that Sasuke's just better. Bro, I know, right? Lee admitting he's a bitch, it's crazy. You would never thought to see this. So not only that, but hold on. Get this. while you made your argument about how his speed, he's somehow like losing it and whatnot, and that he learned this, it's taking some type of effect on his physical. Hey, watch this. After this, you can go, because I know this is just going to shock you. It's directly stated right there. Whoa, right there. It's directly stated that he not only copied it, but mimicked it through his, I know this is crazy, and Uchiha has this, through his Sharingan, through taijutsu practice. Crazy, I know. So now that you know this, how about you come at me with actual arguments instead of looking like a moron and a monkey ranting pedantically about a series you don't know about? Go! Like, what the fuck, you dumbass nigga? Bro.
All right, can you mute him now? He's so ass. Mute him, please. Because I was muted when he was speaking, and I didn't cut him off.
I muted you. I literally typed it in chat, muted you because you had background noise.
Okay, well, I want him to be muted then, because that's not fair.
Yeah, it literally is fair. I literally said I'm going to mute you.
No, it's not. I'm not going to respond.
Why are you cutting me off?
Yeah, I'm not going to respond till you mute him.
Like I said, I'm going to moderate during interjections. That's what I clarified.
Okay, so Sasuke, can you mute them when I'm speaking?
Do you guys want to go like that, where when one?
Yes, I want.
Nope, I don't agree to them. Nope.
I already clarified how I'm moderating, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just not going to respond if you don't get him muted, because I'm not about to.
Okay,
that's fine. I guess I win then.
If he interjects you while you are speaking, then sure, I'll mute him. That's it, though.
Yeah, he's going to interject, so you might as well mute him now.
Wait, you didn't do it last time? What?
Yes, he did. He literally unmuted himself to start talking.
That was the time before last time, actually.
No, it was the fucking last time.
No, it wasn't the last time.
Before
last time.
He just said. Because nothing he said goes along with his fucking claim. He's a fucking idiot. It states verbatim that fucking Sasuke is almost the same speed as Lee, which implies that Lee is still faster. You have not proven that fucking Sasuke is as fast as Lee. It says he's almost getting to his speed. And we know that Lee, that's unweighted Lee, which we know he gets even faster with the fucking gates. You fucking idiot. So none of your fucking arguments fucking work. And I know the fucking serious dumbass nigga. I know who makes the claims about fucking Sasuke almost being the same speed as fucking Lee. Lee states it and Guy states it. Right? But your overall argument is not concluding with this conclusion, right? Because you're trying to say that since Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent, right, that means that he's stronger than Lee or that he would beat Lee in the fight. That's not how that works, you fucking idiot. I already gave you multiple arguments for why that didn't work that you didn't fucking respond to, right? So the reason why he could be a strongest opponent, which you already agreed to, is that he literally uses ninjutsu, right? And he copied fucking Lee taijutsu with his fucking Sharingan. Sharingan gives you precognition, make movement slow down for you. Second of all, he has the fucking Chidori that literally pierces through his earth style, which literally can get around the fucking sand. But guess what? Lee can still be faster even though he has all these factors. So you would need to prove that Sasuke will be able to tag Lee, right? Or that he's faster than Lee, or that he has greater AP than Lee. Because the reason why Lee couldn't fucking harm Gaara is because he literally used the fucking sand shield in order to protect himself from Lee fucking punches and fucking kicks, okay? So once again, none of those fucking arguments go through. They're just fucking retarded as shit. I don't know what the fuck you're rambling about, right? And it's even stated that fucking by Guy himself that in terms of speed, Lee can't be surpassed, right? And he literally watches fucking Sasuke fight. So that just proves my point that Lee is still faster than fucking Sasuke. So all the fuck he has to do is just blitz him and beat the fucking shit out of him, right? And it's also shown that Kakashi literally had to fucking take out his fucking Sharingan just to fucking see Lee movements. And then guess what Kakashi says? He's so fucking fast. He doesn't say that about fucking Sasuke. He doesn't have to pull out his fucking Sharingan to see fucking Sasuke's speed, which is to tell me that Lee is still fucking faster. Everybody was fucking shocked and impressed about how fucking fast Lee was. Nobody is shocked and impressed about how fucking fast fucking Sasuke is at all. Not even Guy is fucking shocked at his fucking speed. That's why he states that he's almost as fast as the unweighted speed and not his gate speed. Okay. So once again, nothing from your argument entails that fucking Sasuke is fucking stronger than Lee. It just states that fucking he's Gaara's strongest opponent, right? And I already gave you an argument to why he's Gaara's strongest opponent, right? He doesn't have to be fucking everybody's strongest opponent, right? So for example, and that fucking dumbass analogy you gave about the fucking boxers was fucking dumb as shit. Saying that one boxer is 5'7" and one of them is 6'1", and one of them is a technical better fighter than him, right? That doesn't matter, right? There's a different matchups in boxing. For example, you could be fucking 6'10" and you can fight against a fucking 5'10" nigga who is the fucking one of the most fucking technical fucking skilled boxers in the fucking world. But the reason why he loses to that fucking nigga is because he's at a fucking disadvantage. And that's what I'm saying with the same thing. Gaara's at a disadvantage with fucking Sasuke. He wasn't at a disadvantage with Lee because Lee only uses fucking taijutsu. Okay? And that Lee gets weaker once he uses the gates, right? That doesn't apply with fucking Sasuke, right? So once again, that shit is fucking ass. You fucking suck. Stop debating, bitch.
Anyways, so now that the grown man has been done venting about how terrible his life has been since after college and high school, my bad, not college. He never went to college. But now that we've done that, so I'm gonna explain something to you because clearly you've never watched basketball, or not basketball, but boxing either. I hope you understand height is a factor, but that does not mean you're not winning. I mean, here, let me show you an example. Are you aware that Mike Tyson fought and beat someone who was almost, 4 times his height? Let me show you, buddy. This nigga's tripping, bro. Here you go, bro. So I'm gonna just send this to you. This is something you can watch in your free, unemployed time, But we can see right here quite clearly, my nigga, that he quite clearly is fighting. He fought and beat this dude. I mean, bro, you can literally look. This nigga was staring at his nipples. That's how tall he was, bro. He was staring at his nipples. Like, I'm so dead ass. I'm not trying to be funny, bro. You can literally see the visual difference. If I were to crop it just at his head, you wouldn't be able to see the top of the other guy's head. He's literally staring at his tits. That's how tall the difference is, that he still won. It's not about technicality or height, D1. It's about skill and technique. So when in basketball, for example, I'll give an example. John Moran. How tall is John Moran? Like what? 6'4", 6'5", dunking on centers. Yeah. But are you going to say that's a logical contradiction because he's shorter? It just doesn't make any sense. You clearly didn't understand the analogy, right? We have right here Sasuke, who is clearly adapting, took his technique. Sure, he can take his technique, but the difference between the techniques being used is that Sasuke is simply just using it more efficiently. I mean, there's multiple narrative implications we can see here. We can literally see not only Sasuke increasing throughout the battle, quite verbatimly stating that he's gotten faster but before, then you can literally see right after Lee admitting inferiority, essentially, admitting that a skill that took him like a fucking years to achieve, the nigga did it in a month because he's just better. He's just him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you understand that concept yet. And even if, like, I've already addressed the rest of what you said, so you can address that and we can go to conclusions after if there's nothing new you bring up. But as far as the whole Chidori thing, I don't really care. And the reason why I don't care is because I never mentioned Chidori. If you're gonna say that Chidori was a reason why it stated he's stronger, I'm sorry, friend, but you're just gonna have to prove that. It's just so simple. If you make a claim, you need to prove it. D1, simple debate shit. I know, right? You're making the claim. What's up, Infinity? Go ahead.
Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, if you're gonna make the claim, D1, that he was only stronger primarily because of his Chidori, which is absolutely false, considering the fact that he was getting fucked around even beforehand, right? Which I've already sent scans of. But even if we were to entertain the idea that it was simply just Chidori, even then, that would still make him a stronger opponent nonetheless, which is the entire claim that I'm making, right? You can try to speculate on which ways that he's stronger. It doesn't matter. I don't really care, right? It's like entertaining why a child feels taxes should be this way. It makes no sense. You're not understanding the logic. So I'm gonna give you a chance to respond, and hopefully this time, champ, you actually have an argument. And if not, again, we can push to conclusions. Go ahead.
I was this fucking gay ass nigga who literally sucked dick every fucking Monday morning. Shut the fuck up and stop.
Should I send a picture of you and Gios?
He's cutting me off. He's cutting me off.
Go. Give your argument.
Oh yeah, no, he was packing me when he was giving an argument. So yeah, I can do the same thing. All right. So yeah, I don't know why this gay ass nigga who fucking suck dick every fucking Monday morning talking shit like he's giving an actual good argument. You dumb bitch. You still have not responded to the overall argument. You keep trying to say that he's a stronger opponent towards Gaara. I already explained that to you. Why is that the case? And no, I didn't make any definitive fucking claims, right? All I'm doing is skepticizing your fucking argument. All I'm saying is that these are possibilities, right? And I'm evidencing these possibilities to why these things could be the case, why they're stating that he's the strongest opponent. All right. You never gave any concrete evidence to show
James
why.
Here. What's your order?
Why is he muted me?
James
mean,
here.
why-
That's
What's
not
your
him.
order?
That's not him. That's
James
Bridge.
here. What's your order?
Bridge, but
James
you.
here. What's your
Hey,
order?
fuck
Yeah,
Bridge for
you
airing
don't.
my
Mr.
DMs though.
McDonald, how
Fuck
can I
him,
help
nigga.
you?
You don't.
My name is
You don't.
James Dermont.
Yeah, so now we're gonna respond to the other argument that you fucking gave. All right, you literally gave the analogy is just to showcase
Go
you that there can
D1.
be a
Go
reason for
D1.
why
Go.
somebody can beat somebody in a fucking fight, right? Because of height can be a big advantage to why. In all cases, it is not the case that fucking technique and skill is what wins you the fucking fight. Somebody can just be big as shit, and you could be have technique and skill, and your punches don't do as much effect to them, right? And they could just hit you with one motherfucking hit, and your ass can get knocked the fuck out, right? So it's all about matchup types. And you just showing one scenario does not prove for all cases, okay? So I am just showing you a possibility in one world that this thing is the case and it can apply, right? It doesn't defeat my overall argument, right? So you would need to prove that Sasuke just being a overall technical better fighter than Lee. Actually, you would need to demonstrate that first, right? Which you haven't, right? In order to prove your claim, right? And him stating that it took him this long to master something and Sasuke mastered it in like weeks does not make him better than him. It just make him more equipped and adapted to learning things better than Lee. Lee can still be better at him using the technique, but Sasuke just learned it in a fucking quickie, right? For example, we know that fucking Naruto learned the Rasengan in no time, right? But it took Minato 3 years just to master the fucking Rasengan. But we know that fucking Minato is better at using the Rasengan than fucking Naruto. So you learning something quicker doesn't make you better than somebody who's been doing it for fucking years. Lee was just impressed about the fact how Sasuke learned it in such a quick time, right? And it took him
You talk
years to
this
master
long.
it. And he calls him a fucking genius, right? So once again, all the statements about Guy literally saying that Lee in terms of speed, Lee can't be surpassed, and he's saying Lee's speed, and that he wasn't shocked by fucking Lee Sasuke's speed, and he just compares it to unweighted Lee, which we know Lee gets fast with the gates, and Kakashi had to pull out his fucking Sharingan just to fucking see Lee movements, which he didn't do with Sasuke. All these things is just hyping up Lee's speed to being faster than fucking Sasuke. But all the claims that you are making doesn't actually prove your case. You're just saying, oh, they say that they did this and they did that. So yeah, Sasuke's better than fucking Lee. No, you would need to prove that. I already showed you reasons to why Lee's speed is above, why his AP would be above, and the reason why he couldn't harm guard because of the sand
One more, James.
something that fucking Sasuke could get around because his jutsu literally
okay.
is fucking superior to a earth style technique. It's not the fact that he produces stronger force, it is just weaker to the fucking earth element. That's all it is, bro. You don't know Naruto. So yeah, we can conclude now. You dumb as shit.
Archie.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
very dumb as shit. I very
Lord.
dumb as shit. So basically, we
Damn.
can conclude, but what's the question you had to ask?
That wasn't a conclusion.
Yo,
Say, oh
Bridge.
God. Say, oh
Nope,
God.
this
Right
nigga's, I'm telling you, he's a professional yapper, bro.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
God.
what was your response to the unrivaled shit?
To the unrivaled, what unrivaled shit?
Yeah, he said that they refer to Lee as having unrivaled speed.
Oh, that's fine. I already gave clarification beforehand that it was actually shown that Lee's or Sasuke's speed was increasing, even if statements say that they're quote unquote rivals. For example, I showed the previous statement of
No, not
the
that.
replica of Gara. Oh, I'm
he said
sorry.
that
Is someone interact? Whoa.
No, I'm saying that he said
What?
that Lee was stated to have
Okay.
unrivaled power, not rivaled.
Oh,
or
Lee?
rivaled speed.
Oh, unrivaled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I already debunked that. But you said speed
Okay.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I already I showed, like, do you want me to like get you the scans again?
No, I already know. I was just asking. So you're saying it was contradictory, right? You're just saying the state's contradictory.
It's contradictory.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to conclude, y'all? Or
For sure. He can go first. I'm finna use the restroom.
do you agree, D1?
Yeah, he didn't. He did not say that in the debate. Infinity just tried to help him
Oh,
out.
after yapping for 73 minutes.
Hold on, chill. He literally brung up
He's
multiple
going to give
times.
a conclusion now
Yo,
after
Bridge,
yapping for
chill.
3 minutes? What the
Archie
fuck?
literally brung up, bro. Archie literally brung up multiple scans to justify that they're rivaling in speed. So he didn't
Yeah,
say
and I
that.
already responded to all those arguments.
I'm not saying you didn't respond to it. I was just asking
Yeah.
clarification of what he said. Damn.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, in conclusion, right, he tried to say that fucking
Oh,
Sasuke
now he's giving a
and
whole nother conclusion. Damn.
Sakazuki, can you mute Bridge?
Bridge. Okay.
Yeah, he did it like 10 times now, and I didn't think
Yeah. I've been moving him down and muting him. Yeah, I know. Go
Okay,
ahead.
you gotta take his perms. Are you scared? He's gonna keep doing it if you don't take his perms. You know? That's why in my server we actually take niggas perms and shit when they do shit like that, so they won't do it again. We don't play the prank game and shit, you know?
I conclude, man.
Okay, he doesn't have his perm. Just do your conclusion, then I'll give him back.
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, right? So his initial claim was that Sasuke fights Gaara and Lee fights Gaara, and the data book statement says that Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent. He tried to interpret that to say that it's saying that Sasuke is stronger than Lee since he's Gaara's strongest opponent, but that statement doesn't conclude to that, right? And I already said that the data book literally elaborates on why he's Gaara's strongest opponent because Gaara literally found himself at a disadvantage, and I already named the disadvantage that he was at because of Sasuke literally having the fucking Sharingan, which gives him precognition. Him having the lightning release that is literally superior to Earth style release. It's not that the fact that the Chidori is actually producing a greater force than what Lee did with his punches and kicks. It's just that his Earth style is inferior to the Lightning style, right? It's weak to that element, right? So then he tried to give a boxing analogy saying that it's all about technicality and about being who's more skilled. I said, no, you just show me one example of that. And one example of that doesn't prove in all cases this thing is the case. I was just showing you one example to show you that there's a possibility in which somebody could be at a disadvantage just because of one factor. And that one factor that I literally displayed was literally somebody being tall as shit or somebody being just stronger than you, and that your punches and kicks don't do no effect to you, right? And they could just knock your ass out with one punch. It's not that they're a better fighter than you; it's that they have these advantages that put you at a disadvantage in a fight, right? He tried to say that's how boxing works. I denied that and contradicted it with a possibility, right? Yeah. The other claim that he made is saying that it stated that they rival in speed. I say no. The two statements are coming from Guy and Lee, and the statements literally says that he's almost Lee weighted speed, which we know he gets faster with the gate, which implies that Lee is still faster than Sasuke. Okay, he never proved why Sasuke would be faster. All he says is that he copies Lee movements with the Sharingan, and it says that they rival in speed. But the statement literally says verbatim that he's almost Lee unweighted speed, and Lee gets faster with the fucking gates. I literally said that Lee punches and kicks are stronger than what Sasuke did because it literally harms the fucking sand shield, and that's the reason why Sasuke was able to get through it because of the fucking Chidori, right? It's not that the Chidori produces a greater force than his punches and kicks. Lee punches and kicks, right, were fucking Gaara up, but his sand shield were literally on, and the fight with fucking Sasuke, he can get through it with the Chidori. Okay, so that's another factor that I literally stated before. He tried to say that fucking Sasuke achieved this thing that Lee couldn't. I mean, in a time frame, in a short time frame, right? I literally say it's not the fact that fucking Sasuke is better at him at using it, right? It's just the fact that he learned it quicker than what Lee did. You can be quicker at learning something and still be weaker than somebody at doing it than what they do because Lee been doing this thing for multiple fucking years, right? And I gave the example how Naruto learned the Rasengan in a short time, but Minato, it took him years to fucking do it. But Minato is still better at Naruto using the Rasengan. He never contended that, right? The other arguments I provided, right, with the shit is about him literally saying, what the fuck he said?
Wait, D1, chill. You say you didn't make
What?
one point, Archie?
No. You know what? It's fine. Let him keep going, bro.
Hold on. Let me clarify something. If you're talking about the most recent one, which is the genius stuff, he didn't make that point.
No, I'm talking about the Rasengan analogy. If you heard it, it's fine. I didn't even care about it. It's fine.
I don't know about that, but he definitely made the genius point. But y'all can.
No, I remember the genius point. I was talking about Rasengan. Even then, just keep going, bro. I didn't even care.
I definitely made the Rasengan analogy.
Yeah, we agree with you.
Wait, Archie.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I did make that analogy. He did not contend that analogy at all. Right. Thirdly, like I stated before,
wait, can you repeat the analogy real quick?
Yeah, I said that Naruto learns the fucking Rasengan in a short time. Minato, it took him years to fucking develop, right? And Minato is still better at fucking Naruto than using the fucking Rasengan. And that analogy would support the idea that fucking Sasuke learning in a quick time does not entail that he's better at Lee at doing so, right? It's just that Lee was impressed that fucking Sasuke learned it so quick, and he calls him a prodigy and a fucking genius, okay? But Lee can still be fast enough. I already stated before that Kakashi is literally impressed by Lee's speed, that to the fact that he had to literally use his Sharingan in order to keep up with his fucking speed, right? He doesn't do this thing with Sasuke and telling that Sasuke is literally slower, right? And everybody in the stands were literally impressed by fucking Lee's speed. But everybody watching Sasuke was not impressed by his speed at all, right? All they do is make comments on it, like guys saying that it's Lee unweighted speed. But Guy is not impressed at all. And Guy also make a statement about him saying that in terms of speed, Lee can't be surpassed. I don't know why he started to say that he contradicted that with the statement, but the statement says that he rivals his speed. You can rival somebody's fucking speed and still be fucking slower than them. So in case that fucking statement is not contradicted, and I already showed you that it states that it's almost his speed, right? Yeah, fully like I stated before, the overall fucking argument is just saying that fucking that in terms of matchup wise, that he's Gara strongest opponent and not he doesn't necessarily have to be faster than Lee. I also brought up the point how like Lee just blitzed the fuck out of Sasuke, even with him having the Sharingan on, right? Because Lee only uses taijutsu. He could just be faster than fucking Sasuke and just blitz the fucking shit out of him. Whereas Gara, he just stands still and just uses his fucking stand. He doesn't move or anything, right? So Sasuke literally shooting jutsus and chidoris and shit at him while he's just standing still is greater to his advantage, whereas Lee can just literally get around it by just outspeeding fucking Sasuke. So these factors that Sasuke used in battle against Gara wouldn't have to apply to Lee because Lee can just get around him. And I don't think that he justified why Sasuke would be able to beat Lee in the fight just because it states that fucking he's Gara's strongest opponent. Easy claps, bitch.
Okay, Archie.
Yes, very easy claps. Very easy claps. So now that we've had the 30-year-old man pedantic, rant in our ear for about 30 minutes. So basically, we have right here the initializing scan that I sent, which is, or not even that we sent, but he agreed to, which was that Gara, or that it's stated that Sasuke is the strongest opponent Gara's ever went against. Now, he never disagreed with this statement, but in fact questioned by which means he would be the strongest. Now, what genius scan? What are you talking
about? Bro, D1, your mic. Anyways, talking about the scan where he said he achieved this in a short amount of time in comparison to me.
Oh, I got you. Hold on. I'll just send this before I finish. I believe it's 112. Let's see this. Let's see. Yeah, I got you. There you are. You can look in VC scans right here. Or if you need proof that I sent it beforehand, you could just look through my message log. But basically, continuing on, he agreed to the scan that he's the strongest, but he questioned by which means he'd be the strongest. He listed out multiple criterias, or I guess prerequisites that would, entitle for some reason Sasuke being the strongest. He said that Chidori was one. So by that, I obviously countered him by giving multiple examples of Sasuke breaching his sand, but not by means of Chidori, but simply by means of pure taijutsu. He stated that apparently, Lee, he had unrivaled speed. So I sent scans clearly of that just not being the case. Him gradually getting faster throughout the debate, and not only gradually getting faster, but him even improving in editing upon this skill and technique that he's found. Right, even having remarks and comments such as Guy Sensei being like he's practically the same speed as Lee without his weights, and even Sakura making comments such as it looks just like Lee's taijutsu, even his speed is a lot greater than before. Now, of course, D1 being the retard he is, tries to level out and say that Gara is at some type of disadvantage. Well, the disadvantage is that he's fucking slow and that Sasuke is more superior. I stated within the debate and gave an analogy based off the fact that how even within basketball and in boxing, heights separations, those aren't necessarily the determining factor for winning. I gave the example of Mike Tyson fighting that very, very tall guy and winning. And I also give an example of John Morant compared to most centers of the NBA being able to dunk over them, right? It's about skill and technique and harnessing this technique. I even gave a supporting evidence by simply giving the fact that Guy Sensei directly states exactly what kind of training did you put him through to hone to that extent in a month. Sasuke mimicked Lee's taijutsu using the Sharingan, so during his taijutsu training, I had him visualize Lee's movements. So we see from this, given all of the supporting evidence I've given, it's not necessarily that Sasuke has some type of ability that just completely makes him superior to Lee. It's simply based off the fact that he copied his taijutsu, honed it, but was able to use it a lot better within the fight comparatively to Gara, right? And then later on, he ends up giving more and more statements about how apparently with this, Chidori amp and with everything being direct counters, that it still wouldn't even do it. So I gave even more supporting evidence from 111 of not only him hitting him when he was sped up, but even beforehand, before he was even sped up, him punching him in the neck, before there were even comments about him getting, quote unquote, pieced. I think from all of the supporting evidence, we can conclude that not only was it directly stated, which he agreed to, that Sasuke was just Gaara's strongest opponent up to that moment, not only was Sasuke using Lee's taijutsu to act superior to Lee and actually breach Gaara's, sand shield, but we're also getting more evidence, as we can see here, that he honed the taijutsu to such an extent to where Chidori wasn't even a necessity. To even beforehand, he was able to keep up and breach faster than Lee was and get damage more than Lee was, as we can see. So I think from this basic evidence and whatnot, that it's pretty clear I won. I'm not exactly sure what he was reaching here for, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I think D Archie won. Like, I can explain why if you want me to.
Yeah, we can go over that. What was his argument to me saying that Lee is faster than Sasuke, to the point that Kakashi literally states that he can't see him with the Sharingan, that he
Yeah,
needed to notice Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he was arguing against that by saying it was contradicted by virtue of literally all the feats that he showcased and demonstrated that were similar to Lee's demonstration of feats. The same thing as he used that to contradict the statement of you saying that guy comments on how he has unrivaled speed. So everything you said was just debunked.
No, I responded to every fucking scan that he sent. Every scan that he literally sent literally states that fucking he's
Yes,
almost.
that's the claim.
He's
That's the
almost.
claim.
Oh wait, I wasn't done. The statement itself literally states itself that he's practically the same speed as Lee, unweighted speed.
I'm
And I
not
literally
talking
said
about that
to you, no,
Scandy one.
hold on, wait, I wasn't done. You keep cutting me
I'm
off.
not talking about the Scandy one.
Right. So he gets faster with the gates, right? And I literally gave that argument. If he gives no refutation towards that argument, then guess what? That argument goes through, right? He just can't say that it's contradicted with his statements.
That's
Which
not
all
the
his
Scan
statements
I'm
would.
talking about, D1.
But anyways, all those statements for the bunk. You have a nice day. You're just dumb as shit.
Yeah, so anyways, that's not the Scan I was talking about. The Scan that I was talking about. Hold on, Archie. Hold on. So the scan I was so the scan I was talking about is the one
He
where
left. He left.
I'm going to explain for the recording. So this I know I'm going to explain for the recording.
No, it
Please
ended
stop
so why'd you end the recording?
My fault. I thought because he left. What do we want me to do? I started again though.
It doesn't matter, bro. You got it.
Look at dude, nigga's a bitch. I haven't ever really done Naruto before, bro. Bro, you know where I got this argument from? From Six Path's old video that he posted 2 years ago. I can get the exact video, bro. This nigga Demon's trash.
Just so these niggas don't say I'm biased, I'll explain
for the crowd.
The reason why I believe Bridge, chill. So the reason why I believe Archie won is because he was using similar feats that basically Sasuke, by virtue of everything that Archie has showcased and demonstrated has showcased and demonstrated similar feats than Lee has in the Gaara fight, but even better. So the statement about I commenting on how Lee has unrivaled speed, that would just be contradicted. The Kakashi feat and statement that he tried to bring up, that would be contradicted. He literally says that, well, he was able to hone this level of mastery or level of speed in a shorter amount of time than I was capable of doing so. For some reason, this nigga D1 kept on trying to headcanon and the strongman Archie's argument by saying, well, just because he hones it easily or in a shorter amount of time doesn't mean that he's better at doing so. That isn't what Archie was arguing at all. All he is saying is that by virtue of this, they would have to have relative speed because Lee himself comments on how they're on similar levels or how he honed this ability or speed level. So even with the data book statement, Archie also said, well, they comment on how he's the strongest opponent that Gaara has fought. And then D1 tried to give some random headcanon. Archie asked him to justify that headcanon. D1 then comments on how they said it within the data book statement itself. D1 then never sends it after Archie asked him to justify that. And he just kept on going circular. So there is no possible way D1 could have won because he didn't justify any of his claims. Archie gave adequate justification, that being how he said he mimicked his taijutsu, how he committed similar feats such as getting behind him before the sand could react, etc. Chidori, which would be something in which allows him to supersede Lee's abilities, everything along those lines. So easy claps.
Stop saying easy claps, bro, please.
I got banned.